Welcome to the music podcast. This week, I've got a very, very good friend of mine joining us, and Tom Squared is the wonderful Jack Foz. Jack, we're going to start as we do every single podcast with our over and underrated. I'm going to name smartest, and you guys will say if they're overrated, underrated, or maybe they're rated just fine. The first artist I'm going to throw you guys is Rag and Bone Man.
Overrated.
Oh,
Underrated.
to be honest, I think I'm going to go for underrated.
Oh,
Underrated.
Old J.
Overrated.
I think underrated again.
I think overrated.
Bastille.
Underrated.
Yeah, I'm gonna say underrated.
Overrated. Apart from the FIFA songs.
Yeah. The Magic Gang.
I have no idea who they are.
Oh, I don't know if they're underrated or not. They were really big when they first blew up, and then no one's heard of them since.
That first album was incredible.
Yeah,
Underrated massively. That, like you say, that first album is sick. And like, don't hear about them anymore, but I guess that's kind of on them.
So, right, we're going to jump straight into it. Jack, I heard the person you become is from the people you had as posters on your wall growing up. Who are some of your heroes back in the day?
So I kind of started off my musical journey being like massive into sort of the singer-songwriter thing, so like Ed Sheeran and people like that. Um, I think Plus probably is my most listened to album of all time. So he was a big one in the to start me off, and then I went to Reading in 2014, which was the world's most ridiculous lineup, by the way. And I saw the Arctic Monkeys when they just released AM at six when I was like 16, and then that kind of was like opened my eyes to the world of sort of indie rock music, and there were some great bands there that week, like that weekend. So it's
I
like
believe everyone in this school was there. And what weekend?
but no way.
I, I was not there.
Are we not?
Oh right, unlucky.
Like the
Unlucky.
team down Westwell.
I know. I had bigger things to do in summer 2014.
Rugby.
Yeah. I didn't. So no, I was there, but yeah. So it was like them, like Drenge, Jamie T. I think Bombay Bicycle Club were there, Vampire Weekend, Foster the People. It was just so sick. So then that kind of started me off, I guess, in the early days.
Absolutely. So, what does indie rock and roll mean to you now? Like, why do you think it resonates so deeply with yourself?
Um, I was just about to give you a really cheesy answer and be like, "What? You mean the song by the Killers?" But I'll save you that. What does it mean to me now? Oof. Well, apart from being, I guess, what I spend most of my days doing, uh, I think for me, it's indie rock and roll is kind of like all about energy, right? I think, you can kind of you can go for the Sam Fender thing and write about stuff that's. Oh, sorry, I think I just clicked. There we go. You can go for like the Sam Fender thing and write about stuff that's really personal to you, where you can kind of go down, I guess, like sort of like a Bleachers or a I guess Bleachers isn't really indie rock, but I guess Circle Waves and stuff like that. Write about, like write really fun songs. Like it's just all about crowd reaction for me. I mean, you look at some of the biggest indie bands at the moment, like Wonder Horse, Fontaines. Everyone in the crowd's like absolutely loving it all the time, and I think that's kind of what it means to me, I guess.
Absolutely. Now, Jack, I've been in the studio with you. It was an absolute privilege to see that. What's the most personal song you've ever written, and was it scary to share it with the world?
Yeah. I mean, I think my most personal song I've written is a song called Homesick that I released kind of end of last year, so end of 2024. And I think I mean, it is, right? Especially as a bloke, because there's kind of like stigma around, like stiff upper lip and all that rubbish. But I think that for me was a really vulnerable song, kind of talking about sort of a time in my life and how it's affected me still to this day. And I guess, it was probably, well, it wasn't probably, it was my best performing song. So I guess that in terms of like streaming numbers and like recognition, like people reaching out to me on Instagram and all that, being like, "Oh, mate, love the song," and I think that kind of showed to me that people actually resonate with vulnerability, and like, you're allowing them into your world. I guess the niche kind of little topics that you talk about in a song, people can relate with that in their own certain way. So whilst it was scary, I guess I learned a lot of lessons from it and actually probably found it the most rewarding.
Oh, that's interesting. I think musicians will take a lot from that. Jack, you're known for your live performances, and really putting on an amazing show. For someone that's not been to one of your shows before, what can they expect from a Jack Foz performance?
What can they expect? Plenty of energy. Me just kind of standing up there looking a bit sweaty, I guess. I just try and get out there and have a good time, and then hope that kind of rubs off on the audience, really, to be honest with you. And I think that it lands 9 times out of 10. And then the 10th time will be me telling really cheesy jokes to try and break the awkward silence. But, that's got its own charm in its own way, I guess. But
There's
yeah,
definitely like for people that haven't like heard of your music before, Jack, and listening at home, it's definitely like for me, there's a real like the vaccines vibe to it. And there's not really been much vaccines really for quite a while. It's that kind of that sound for me is what pops to mind when I listen to some of your brilliant tunes. But yeah, it's definitely I can imagine a quite a spectacle and something that I hope we'll get to go and see.
for sure, man. Especially the last couple of gigs that we've played as well has been on they've been on slightly smaller stages, so it's all just trying to like dodge out the way of each other. Like I'll spin round and nearly hit the bass guitarist with my the headstock on my guitar or something, and yeah, it's all good fun. All good fun, really.
I love that. Right, we've had some fan questions coming from last week for Tom Squared. One of the questions they've asked here is, can you ask Tom Squared what's the most rock star moment they've ever had, sorry.
No, they can't ask that.
I wouldn't even know where to start.
I have seen Westall be a bit of a diva in a bar before. That's quite rock star.
Yeah, I think Westall gets this cloud of arrogance over him, and that's quite rock and roll, isn't it?
Would you like to comment as well?
No, because I know what you're on about. No.
Jack, I don't think I've done many mornings with. Sorry, I work on many mornings with Fripp wearing like a cowboy hat or leopard print or something. I think there's been nice, quite outrageous rock star outfits from Fripp. To be fair,
Mate, we were in the same bed. I wouldn't go.
To be honest, could do worse, I guess. So
I appreciate that.
no worries, pal. Got your back, especially in the cowboy hat. Jeez.
Yeah. Don't get any ideas.
it's got a few cowboy hats, I think.
I do. I think I've probably got one handy.
Very good.
I don't think we can answer that one.
Very rock star. Right, moving on. Tom Squared, have you ever accidentally posted something on socials that's been a bit ridiculous, or seen something you've posted in the past and really regretting it?
Yeah, I think you just do anyway, don't you? You just cringe.
Can you give us some examples?
You remember that photo of me on Facebook where I looked like I was using a Quaver packet as a pillow? Well, I look really cool. Getting the body out with no. Just looks like I'm resting a Quaver packet.
It's like an advert for them. Wes, anything pops to mind?
Yeah, I think the guitar player wearing the iPhone charger as the belt.
You regret that?
Well, I don't think it'd be a look I'd go for anymore. Let's put it that way.
Jack, could you imagine walking onto your next headline set, iPhone charger as a belt? Is that something that would fit the Jack Foz brand?
I mean, I was literally just about to ask, like, what? I don't think I've ever heard anyone do that. That is kind of, actually, I sort of rate it just because I've seen it before. But could I see myself doing that? Why not? Why not?
Oh, Jack, the answer is no. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Right, next one we've got. Hi guys, absolutely loving the podcast on my way home from work. Can you ask Tom Square from me if they were a stage designer or helping artists with a live set, how would they build their stage? And that's a brilliant thing. You guys can pitch to Jack now how you think he should set up on his next show.
I would bring the outside in, so lots of flowers, lots of different scents going around.
Oh,
Maybe some birds in there. Just chuck some birds in. Swing it across.
I'd bring the inside out.
Nice.
If it's inside, how would you
Bring the inside out. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, but if you're inside, you can't bring the
You
inside.
start with the idea first, and then you go from there.
so
I
if you were
like
gonna-
it.
if you were going to
I
pitch
like
this to Jack, guys, this is a really important meeting. Jack's about to play the O2 in London. He wants a set that's going to represent his indie rock sound. How would you two pitch this to him?
Just imagine this, right? If Jack was single, which I don't think you are, Jack, are you?
No, I'm not, mate. No.
So if you had loads of flowers, if you were single, if you had loads of flowers around, you're sweating one out, and then you just stop for a second, pick a flower, maybe a tulip or something, give it to the front row. Find out she's 12.
Yes, I feel like this one falls apart at a few places. Not to mention that I've got like crippling hay fever as well. So
Jack's like waiting on stage, just crying. It's not...
yeah, just like there, like can't see, can't sing, but at least I got the flowers there. At least it looks good, right?
What are you imagining here? Like a Morrissey thing of Jack just like swinging around for flowers?
Yeah, love it. Bouquet of roses, flipping around. Nice.
But there we have it. Right, we'll move on to the music news, and I'll pass over to Tom for it.
Great. Music news. Anyone got any news for me? No? All right, cool. I'll just read again. So we've got a bit of a good thing happening in Bristol and a bad thing. So, everyone knows the nightclub Motion, don't we? I've never been to Motion. Has any of you guys been to Motion?
I've not been to Motion.
Many friends that did. I went to uni in Cardiff, so I have loads of people who used to go to Motion.
Well, it's a really well-known venue, isn't it? But it's looking more and more likely that they're closing down. So, sad news. The club's been there since 2003. So
Long time.
long time. But then you got a new arena opening in Bristol. The new 19,000-seater YTL arena. Initially announced in 2018. The Malaysian owned. They're going to be opening soon. Don't know when. Maybe 2028. I think I saw 2028. But yeah. At Risk Music Festival. I just see Westwell sat there like judging me. I'm not a newsreader, am I, Westwell?
I can tell.
Yeah, because if I have to say some bad news, I just can't keep it straight.
Do you skip past any of the bad ones? Do you when you're scrolling through
Scrolling through news with Tom Fripp.
enemy?
Yeah, want to listen to just good news. I brighten people's day.
Can you do a sad one? Find a sad one.
Brightens people's day starts off with, oh yeah, Motion's closing.
Yeah, but everything from there is an up.
Oh, I see. So Motion closing is the worst thing that could happen in the world. And then
Jack, I'm in your head. I'm in your head.
So you always start with the biggest news first, and then work your way down. Or
I might mix it up a little bit. We sort of tabbed in, to be honest. There's a at-risk music festival considers membership model. So I didn't know this, right? Where was it? Something like 78 festivals stopped being a music festival last year, which is madness, isn't it?
so
In the UK, that is. Can't quite find out where it was. Oh yeah, 78 festivals in 2024 alone. That was more than double 2023. Area. But so basically, they're trying to implement a new model to try and tackle that issue. That I don't really know what the issue is, but the industry's on its knees. Someone said. There you go.
Like with running Wreckfest myself, like it's a very small festival, 3 stages. Costs have gone up 20% this year, which is a huge jump, and it's selling well, to be fair. But
Do you just not put that on the consumer then?
I don't, for us, because we're so family orientated, I don't think it's fair to, because there's a lot of kids. It's a very like family orientated thing. I think if it's Victorious or Reading, of course it will when they would go up with inflation, but I just don't think that's going to work for us. So we're looking at different ways to try and get the income from getting some split of the bar and trying to work in another.
It doesn't matter who you are. There will be a ceiling where normal people who have normal jobs like us will just stop. They won't pay over that amount.
Yeah. Choice you have to be made.
Yeah. Well, I was going to finish on some bad news as well, actually.
Oh, okay. That's
Great.
that's
We've teased us a lot about happy start.
let's
Has this all been negative?
I was about to say, when's the happy bit happening?
let's have the composed newsreader.
Will Smith announces first ever headline tour in UK and Europe for summer 2025. I'm sorry, guys. I had to do it. I had to tell you. What are they?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air live. Come on.
Jokes there. We post some clips up on YouTube and TikTok to get listeners to the podcast on Spotify, and one of them has gone a bit crazy this week. So we asked the question of what's one album that we would like to be a fly on the wall for when they were making. We've had some people come back saying Madonna, some people saying the Beatles, the Stooges, some people really liking Fripp's answer of U2. A Tongue Baby, apparently that would be an amazing one because the band really split up, they stayed together. Nirvana's been uploaded a few times there. It's people have different views on it, of which ones they want to come down, which has been lovely to hear. But we'll move on. We're going to go to Fripp. We're going to go to Westwell and his music quiz.
Did nobody like my answer of Travis Scott's out on Travis Scott's?
That's one said much about Travis. No.
Did anyone say Dark Side of the Moon?
No, we've not had that, Jack.
I think I might have done actually, Jack. Actually, now I'm thinking back, I might have mentioned Dark Side of the Moon.
I reckon that
Quietly.
that
There's a lot of people supporting Fripp's U2 answer.
really.
Mate. What do you mean, really?
I mean, hey, look, each their own, I guess. But
What would you pick? Dark Side of the Moon?
do you know what? It's either that or
Springsteen, Jack. You'd be Springsteen.
yeah, it'd probably be like Born to Run or Dark Side of the Moon or something Queen.
Yeah.
I reckon. Just however, having said that, obviously like Bruce Springsteen's my favorite, but I think Dark Side of the Moon is probably my favorite album of all time. And obviously they're all, like flying the whole time. And I just love to have seen like what the hell they were doing.
How long they were there?
How were they functioning? Yeah, it's like, they're all trying to experiment and find like new sounds and stuff. So I'd just love to see like the process of it as well. But yeah, that would be my answers there, I guess.
Westwell, did you answer Travis Scott?
I did.
Right.
That's so not.
I also did. I also said Bad Bunny.
No one came back agreeing with either of those points. I would like to say.
I did think I said Tame Impala as well.
I think I brought up Tame Impala and you agreed.
Yeah, that does sound about right. I'd like it if you asked these questions a bit earlier, and I could have some time to think about them, rather than just put me on the spot like that. I don't function well.
Well, then
No prep. We got to do it.
Prep.
Yeah, no prep.
I want honest answers.
I don't want to give honest answers. I want to give good answers.
Go on, Westwell, do your quiz.
Oh, doing the quiz, are we?
Yeah.
Let's get this started, shall we?
The same.
Same format. I was trying to think of something new, but
You have a jingle for the quiz.
no. But if you'd like to write one, it'd be much.
Try to pay it. I guess I'll be.
Okay. Yeah, we'll give you a cut of the ad money that we get from this.
Nice.
So, quiz goes. I read out some lyrics. You got to tell me who sung the song and what the song is called. You get a point for each. Just call it out whenever you know it. Five songs today. I was a little bit pressed for time, hence I was a little bit late onto the old podcast. So we'll take it away, shall we? My friend Sally says she knows you. Got-
What? Fontaine's.
Yep.
I can't remember what song it is. Sally Down the Line, isn't it?
Close.
Jackie down the line.
Oh, Jackie down the line. No. Point shared on that one.
Jack, you gave me that, mate. You handed that over.
Yeah, sorry.
My life is brilliant. My life is brilliant.
James
My
Blunt.
love is.
You're beautiful.
Oh yes, there we go. Yeah, James Blunt, you're beautiful.
Jack's with him.
That's not a good one to get, is it?
But incorrect. What an album. Also reminds me of Bryn from Gavin and Stacey.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend's a dick, and he brings a gun to school.
Or Smash
Wow.
Mouth. Or no, Weezer. Teenage Dirtbag.
Right with this song, very close with the.
Or Wheatus, even.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack's on fire, man.
I don't like this.
We've got 2 songs left, guys. It is all to play for still. However, I think we might have found a winner already. Poor old Johnny Ray sounded sad upon the radio, moved a million hearts in mono. Our mothers cried, sang along, who blamed them? You're grown up. So grown, so grow up. Now I must say more than ever, come on, Eileen.
Come on, Eileen. the Daisy's Runners. Something.
Oof. Nope.
I just don't know.
And say what I like. I don't have a clue who it's by.
Was I specify?
What, you are very close. Yeah, very, very close.
Something Runners.
It is something Runners, yeah.
Midnight Runners sounds like it could be a band.
Dexy's Midnight Runners.
Oh, you.
Oh, you're halfway there, Jack.
Yeah.
And who got the song on that one? Did anyone? Oh, okay.
Josh.
First to put his hand up anyway, wasn't he?
I think the other two knew. They were just a busy laugh.
So, I reckon you probably got to give that one to yourself, didn't you?
I was reading that through thinking, oh god, they've not got it. They've not got it. There must be the
Come on, Eileen.
last song. Breathing in snowflakes.
Ed Sheeran.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
The song.
Eight.
The song.
18. Yeah.
A-Team, yeah. Well done for getting the artist. Too little, too late. Jack stormed that one. 4 points for him. 2 for Fripp. 2 for Robbo.
Oh,
Get it.
Come back.
It's been a while having a guest Thrasher. It's like that.
Yeah, I know.
1 out of 1. Love to see it.
We do move a lot, don't we, Robert?
You guys do. You do.
We need a different format. You need to.
Well, all right. Let me think of something up. It's just
It's not going to change, is it?
some quizzes are just so complicated to put together.
Right, we are going to move on. Before we do our music reviews, we have some bits to go through. So the music marketing genius of the week is Kill Owen. I've really been loving his socials at the moment. Every single one of his captions is something relatable, and all of the shots are POV, which I think is really fantastic in terms of hooking people in and what he does. So if you're stuck as a musician this week and you don't know what to be posting, go and check out Kill Owen. Urban rapper. I saw him live in Bristol, but I just really relate and love his music. He's really tapped into that kind of football scene and is building over following very, very quickly. We're going to go into the music reviews. I'm going to give a song title and artist for the boys to go away and listen to on Spotify. The first song is Homesick by Erin Shand. So those guys will go away, they'll mute themselves and go and take a listen, and I'm going to tell you all about it. So this song was written when they were at home, sick with COVID, after going to 3 amazing Paramore shows in Melbourne. They were feeling super inspired, and it was the first started thinking about quitting a full-time job in marketing to follow the music dreams. Flash forward, I quit my job a month later, moved to London, where he's pursuing music and acting full time, which is incredible. The topical question they've asked is about age and how it's more acceptable to start later in life in the industry, which is inspiring new generation of artists. Absolutely. Like, I feel like people think you've got to be 18 still and in a brand new band. It's not that way at all. I think a lot of the Brit Award winners this year were plus 30, and I work with artists in their 60s and they're making incredible songs. They're getting heard all over the world, movie tracks, adverts, sync deals. Like, it doesn't matter. That's the beautiful thing with music, and something that I really appreciate is people of all ages getting involved, and I'm really pursuing it. I think you're absolutely spot on. I don't think age comes into it anymore at all. I think it's certain genres come with trend, and maybe there's a certain age for a certain genre, but overall, actually standing back, great music is great music. It doesn't matter what age you are, people are going to go away and listen and enjoy that. Right, I'm going to get the fellas back, Jack and Tom Squared. If you had a chance to listen to Homesick, and what are your thoughts of it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I quite liked the kind of, it starts off really in your face, like kind of like those like trashy drums, like they sound really, really cool. And I think like that really kind of hooked me in to start with. Like straight off the bat, it was like, boom, we're in. And I quite like that about a song.
I
But
hear
yeah,
it like that.
I enjoyed it.
You're like, whoa, what's this? And you kind of
Yeah, exactly.
Same with
Straight
that.
in your face. Yeah, I love that.
Tom Squared, thought what we think.
Well, that reminded me of a band that I used to listen to quite a lot. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but PRVIS, woman lead singer. And it sounded very similar to that, so I'm really glad I heard that because is one of those bands that you just forget about sometimes.
Is it one of them where you hear something like that and you're, oh, yeah, I think about them, and you go back and listen to them all tomorrow? You're just there.
I'm looking forward to listening to them.
Westwell, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I had quite low expectations for some reason. I'm not sure why, but yeah, big fan of that. Love the drums at the start, like just the energy from incredible.
Fantastic. So the next one is Perfect Cadence Hero. The boys will mute themselves and go away, take a listen, and I'll tell you all about it. So this song, the song is about kind of everyday heroes and the influence they have on our daily lives, which is a really lovely way to write a song about. And I think it's important to highlight that. One of my favorite songs is Hero from the Foo Fighters, which is similar vibe, and that meaning towards it is why I like it so much. The topical question about the music industry they would like to talk about on the podcast is how to break into the live scene and turn approved listeners into exciting fans. The way I see that is it's a funnel, right? At the top, you've got people that kind of have seen you or follow you, moving down into listening to your music and down into coming to live shows, buying merch and being a super fan. And it's all about putting people through that funnel, more on the top, more on the bottom, but how can you move people down, really? So if you've got active listeners that are also enjoying it, you now need to hook them. And I see a lot of musicians on socials go push, 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 new single, new show, new single, new show. The best artists pull in, and they pull in a community, and that's from what they wear, what they represent, their values, their brand, and hook people. And they're brilliant at socials at kind of conveying that. That's what I see success as with putting that in and getting people from listeners into live shows. Share really good clips of you performing live. I see Jack on his socials as live shows, and I think, oh my God, I'd love to be there. That's incredible because everyone's enjoying themselves. Bands sound fantastic. It looks great. And it's getting that excitement going, which I think is really important. Okay, right. We'll come back to the guys. What do we think, guys? Perfect Ends, Hero.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all over the Americana kind of vibes. Like that's, obviously Springsteen coded. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was it's really cool. I was trying to see if I could find the lyrics anywhere so I could check those out because I heard a few little snippets that I quite liked, but I can't remember them off the top of my head. But I was trying to.
Jack, do you listen to a song and really be like, wow, that's amazing? Will that inspire you to go and write music sometimes?
100%, mate. All the time. Like I'm a classic for listening to a song and being like, okay, I want a song like that. Not necessarily when I say like that, it can be sort of anything. It can be like, oh, I like that guitar tone, or I like the subject of this song, or oh, I like that chord sequence, or something a bit more nerdy than just being like, oh, you know what I mean? Like it's
taking
like
the little
elements
bit that you think you can elevate or do your own way. That lyric or
for sure. And I think like people don't realize that I think combining sounds from influences is kind of like how you make an original sound now, because I feel like everything in music's kind of been done.
Yeah.
So like it's like kind of now take pieces and bits and pieces from different artists.
There's only so many chords, isn't there?
Exactly. Well, exactly. Yeah, literally. Exactly. So, yeah, TLDR, yes.
Tom Squared, what do we think?
Yeah, I love the vocals in there. It didn't sound too forced. Wasn't trying to be someone that he's not. And yeah,
That's a common theme with you. You like almost nonchalant music, just not trying.
it wasn't that he didn't care. It's just like it wasn't trying to sound like anyone else. I just really appreciate it.
When you think of that kind of music, who pops to mind, like big artist wise, who is just quite relaxed that you stop?
Might have been Paradise City by who or something. But yeah, it reminded me of loading into a car driving game or something.
I had a one. Is there any big artists, Fripp, that are quite relaxed, nonchalant, that you really like their style of music?
Look in the headline, the material. Bully, mate.
It's not Toffee Vez. So Westwell, help me out. What do you think?
Yeah, that one was good, wasn't it? Loved the guitar at the beginning. That was incredible. But yeah, definitely what Jack was saying about like the Americanness of it was just great sound.
Absolutely fantastic. When we had our end of year Spotify wrap for the podcast, there was a lot of US listeners listening to the podcast. So you're over there. We appreciate you. We hope you enjoy it. It must be Fripp's accent every week that they're tuning in for. Right, we've got our very last one. This is Thomas with Driving. The boys will go and take a listen. The song description. It's a message by a man who's laminating his thoughts and anguish at losing his lover as he makes a drive back to hers after the breakup. The topic they've asked to talk about on the podcast is what music really means. Does it heal? Is it good for the soul? Is it for mental? I think it's all of the above and more. Like, what is music? It's a transfer of emotion, isn't it? And if you relate to it and you hear something that makes you feel a certain way, that's what it's all about. It doesn't. People think music has to have lyrics, and it doesn't. It's all the transfer of emotion, and its sounds and its vibrations in the purest of forms. In my opinion, that is how I would describe music. And I think it's amazing for the soul. I think it's amazing for helping process emotion. I think it's amazing for feeling a different way. And I absolutely love it. It's something I can live without every single day. But I think it's so important to talk about all of it and keep that in, really. Right, we'll get the boys back. Jack and Tom Squared, last one for today. What do we think?
I think I'm gonna have that stuck in my head now. Driving down the road, right? But I liked it. Again, great energy. I think it was really cool. If you want to get really technical, I kind of liked how it was like high energy, as if you were, say, driving down a road. So, yeah, I liked it, enjoyed it. Little head bopper. Driving down the road.
Yeah. Same for you. Is that going to be stuck in your head this evening?
Yeah, it's very, very catchy. And it was really, really good song. Just get up and go kind of vibe.
It's important for me to maybe have that catchiness on when the first time you listen to a song to make you go back to it a little bit. Sometimes that hook's important. Westwell, are you enjoying that song?
Do you know what? I did like that. I think simplicity is sometimes key, and yeah. And I think it'd be very easy. It wouldn't be very hard to learn the words to that song, I don't think, which maybe playing live would come in handy for him. To have people sing them back to you.
I was thinking that. Yeah, I thought it'd be quite good live to get people going. I'm not being funny. If that's the first time you heard that song, people can start singing it back to you by the end of the song.
I'd probably maybe even say halfway through.
Yeah. If they're really clever.
There's a lot to be said for that, Like, I genuinely think that if you're playing in front of like a group of people for the first time, like if they're going home being like, just like in the car on the way home, being like, oh, it's stuck in my head. It's like there's a lot to be said for that. So yeah, I feel like it's nailed it.
I could imagine that in like an advert for car insurance or something like that. Yeah.
I don't think that's doing it justice, I must admit.
Go and listen to it for yourself if you're listening at home. Guys, thank you so much. All of our listeners at home, go check out Jack Foz. Amazing live show, amazing artist. You will not regret it. He is absolutely fantastic. Jack, thank you for joining us tonight. Tom Square, what do we say?
Now.
Thank you for your time, everybody.